guys, welcome back to WiseKracks. We have a special edition this week. A friend of mine I've been talking to for a couple of years, and finally got him on. He came into Vegas. John and I went to dinner with him yesterday. I went to breakfast with him, learned more about him personally. Terry Watanabe. Terry, thank you for coming on with us. We really appreciate you flying. You flew into Vegas for this, right?
Yes.
That's great. That's wonderful. Terry, last night we went to dinner. First, I'll start off like this, nothing to do with anything. And the waitress called us babe. I thought that was kind of funny. No, because
twice in 1 week.
So in 1 week, twice, I got called sweetheart and babe. I think we're back. I think we're past all the cancel culture
We're
stuff.
back.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So, Terry, let's, before we tell people a little bit more about you, I want to find out when you were young, when you were a kid. When you were a child, did you're gambling in your family? Did your mom and dad gamble a little bit? Were you in Vegas? You were living where? Tell the viewing audience.
Well, my parents both gambled.
Right.
My father was a bookie.
Okay.
And I did his preliminary work.
Yep.
On the book side. He rather thought that his vacation was our vacation.
Okay.
So we went to Vegas 46 times a year.
Yep.
A week at a time.
Well, that's great because you see what you just said? That's a lot of the gambling families, John. He just said he thought his vacation was the family's vacation. He went to Vegas. That's your vacation. Come with me.
Right.
You know, kind of like Chevy Chase and Vegas Vacation.
Sure.
He went out and gambling. Yeah, do what you want. You know, so the kids. So you're a young kid, 13, 14, 15?
No, I was like 7 or 8.
Wow. And now, did you? So you knew gambling at a young age?
Yes.
And so this is back in the '60s, I would think. That you said your dad came to town, and at dinner I found out, this was shocking to me, that Michael Gaughan, who owns the South Point, his dad was Jackie Gaughan, legend in this town, legendary, downtown legend, one of the really characters in this town.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of those old school bookmakers used to lay off their bets, and we had bookmaking joints in town that weren't casinos; they were just bookmaking joints for sports and horses. So your dad was Jackie Gaughan's bookmaker.
Yes.
Jackie would lay off to your father.
Yes.
So
That is
is wild, isn't it? But I knew it happened. I know other people that had layoff books. They would call Kansas City, Chicago, different places. And where were you living at the time? Omaha, Nebraska, where I thought there wasn't even gambling.
Right.
That's amazing, especially a Japanese business. I just wouldn't think they would even gamble. So gambling was a rite of passage for Terry, like it was for me as a kid, and it's so cool. Now,
do you think it was cool back then when you were little? Like, do you remember what age you were at when you were like, I like the action, I like the gambling? Do you remember?
5 or 6.
Five or six. See, me too at 9. We were in there. I mean, my father was screaming and yelling at the TV.
We didn't 9.
Yeah, we didn't know. Remember the Keno in the coffee shop? They used to fill out the Kenos in the coffee shop. The girl would run around, a Keno runner. Yeah. So, your first time gambling in a casino, though, you told me last night was about 14.
Correct.
Wow. I thought I was bad at 16. 14 years old, you were in a casino playing blackjack?
Yes.
And now when they questioned you, what would you, or did anyone not question you?
Security at that point was not very proficient.
They weren't. They were more lax then. You're right.
They were looking for bad guys.
They were looking for bad guys. Yeah.
So all I would do is put a suit on, and even though I looked probably 12, I was 14. And all I did was speak to Japanese words.
Just start speaking Japanese and automatically.
That
makes you sound so more. You know, it's you're and they say, let's not mess with me. It's Japanese. Let them play, and they just didn't mess with you.
Right.
Wow, that's so good. Your dad was involved in many other companies before Oriental Trading.
Yes.
Right. He built up a bankroll. My mind's always saying bankroll like gaming. He built up different companies. And he had different companies before. He was the bookmaker first when he was younger, but he maybe used that bookmaking stake to be the person he was later in life.
Good.
Wow. And Oriental Trading. What year did you start working for him? What age did you start working for him?
5 years old.
Wow, you were a little kid working in the company. Yeah, and Terry sent me some things before he came to town. Some bags of like the googly eyeballs, stuff I used to love when I was a kid.
Sure.
So Terry, you still have a lot of those things, and I thank you for that wonderful array of different things. But I know, as you got older, you took this company to the next level. So your dad's, I've read some stories about where you're like 23 or 24.
Yes.
And you were the CEO of the company at that young age, traveling all the time. Your life was consumed by this company, it seems like to me, from what I read. So you were going internationally back and forth to China and different companies, Asia and United States, back and forth constantly, right? Okay. What was, at the peak, what did you take this company to? What was your monthly revenue that you took this company to?
50 million.
50 million a month?
Yes.
Because I've actually heard of Oriental Trading. When I was a kid, I heard of it. I just didn't know what it was. So you built up this company to the next level. But yet, you never really had the urge to go gambling. At 20, 21, 22, 23, you were working.
At that time, my business was gambling.
Business was gambling.
That was your rush.
Yes.
Wow.
Long hours, long days.
Yeah, and your father, when your dad passed away, you were left this company. You and your family, brother and sister.
Just myself.
Just yourself. So you had this company, and you actually sold your end in 2000 to Berkshire Hathaways?
No, to another
company that eventually they took it over?
Correct.
But you had some dealings, you said, with Warren Buffett personally.
Yeah, I contacted him in 2000 and said,
okay.
I'd like to sell my company.
Okay.
And he goes, are you willing to be there for the rest of your life?
Wow.
And I said, not really.
Gotcha. I have not asked you this yet. So, after you sold the company, what did you do? Like, was an idle mind a devil's playground, or did you think about going to gamble? Or actually, what I read was you did open up like a restaurant. You tried to open up a restaurant. You tried to get in some other businesses.
Right.
I'm sure from last night's dinner, I heard you talk about this. I heard your friend say this. You probably had some people around you that were bad people.
Yes.
You probably had some people steal some money from you. People that you thought you were friends.
Right.
Millions of dollars?
It was 11 million.
11 million's a lot. Yeah. One person, 11 million?
17 years of experience.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Friends that long. Wow. That's sad. But it's going, I knew you had to be scammed out of money. But you decided to keep yourself a little more busy.
Yes.
So you opened up a company. You opened up a charity.
A charitable trust.
A charitable trust. And you gave away millions of your own money?
Yes.
To research for cancer and different causes?
For AIDS research.
AIDS research, cancer research?
Yes.
And so you did that, and you were you consumed with that at all? Did you go into an office every day? Did you, like, I have a friend back in New York that has a charity, and he gets consumed with the charity. He does, Teddy Alice. He gets consumed with raising money and making sure people. Did you do that at all, or you were a little bit bored, and then you said, let me take a trip. And the reason why I'm leading here, guys, and leading with a lot of the questions, Terry was so nice enough. Terry had a few mini strokes. Am I saying it right? Recently, but you've recovered. I can understand you. I can talk to you. At first, though, I was really nervous for you. But I thought maybe we even rushed in the interview. You wanted to come in town. I said, "Come on, let's go." So that's why I'm like leading based on stuff I read, based on stuff we talked about. So I want to know, when did you start gambling to a level that is life-changing for most of us people? So when did you is there a local casino by your house that people...
Yeah, I started online gaming.
Right.
And
really?
Yeah, so it was New Year's Eve of 2000, Y2K, and they gave me a line of credit for $350,000.
Oh, wow.
$350,000.
Right.
And I was paid in 2 days.
Wow. $350,000?
Yeah.
And you paid it in 2 days?
No,
now,
I was paid.
Oh, okay. So did you say online gambling?
Yes.
Yeah, in 2000?
Yes.
That's when it just came about,
Wow.
I guess.
I didn't even realize.
Well, they had the bookmakers for.
Right.
I was playing back in the '90s, so I know that.
Right.
They had sites, and I guess they had online casinos. I don't know if I trust them.
Like
though.
playing blackjack online or
Blackjack or
slots?
slots.
Slots.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Wow,
what do
is
you
right.
what do you think you remember boxing? They used to have this big. Every ring had a
Golden.
That's it. Golden something.
They put it on their back.
Their backs.
Golden.
The bottom of their shoes because they get knocked out.
What
I
was
can't
the
think
name
of it. Golden. That's right. It's golden something.
Golden.
One of the viewers are gonna know it.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, I have to know.
Yeah. No, that was a big one. So that was around 2000. So what was your losses to the online sites? Do you think
Probably 30 million.
you lost 3 million to them?
30.
30 million?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate to say it. I mean, these guys, I just don't know if back then, how can they have been on the up and up? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know. I can't trust online gambling. I don't know if it's being done in here.
Golden
If it's
Palace.
the Golden Palace was right. And then we're not saying it was Golden Palace, but here, cyberspace, Costa Rica, I don't know where it's at. $30 million he lost. I did not know that. So there's $30 million. So that really started.
When you lose 30 million at that point, does that hurt you, or was
At the
that
time, no, it didn't.
you're making so much money it really wasn't
Yes.
that big of a deal? That's gangster.
Wow. John loves gambling, as you
Just
can
to
tell.
have to be able to
His
gamble.
leg is shaking.
I know.
He's starting to drool. He's ready to roll.
This is amazing.
Sorry, but let's get to the real number. Wow, what do you think you lost lifetime gambling, including that 30 million?
350?
350 million. The bulk of that probably to the Caesars Corporation.
Yes.
The Caesars Corporation, and that was in 2.5 years.
Yes.
Wow, that's just no one. People
And you were living here at the time, or still coming?
I was living in a suite.
living in a suite.
living
2000.
on property.
Matter of fact, in 2007, Caesars Corporation said 5.6 of its entire gambling revenue came from you alone.
Yes.
5.6%.
Of their entire money came from Terry Watanabe. I don't think anyone else has ever done
No
anything
way.
like that.
There's no way.
And it can't happen now. Everyone wants to make sure that they have the new laws in effect now. But when you first started coming to town gambling, what was the casino of your choice? It wasn't. What didn't you say you went
Wynn.
to? The Wynn. I still think the Wynn's the best place in town. I really do. Even though I was playing some slots and video poker in there, and they stopped me from getting a deal, so I don't play. I'm allowed to play, but I still put the Wynn on a pedestal. The Wynn is in a class by itself. I love the Wynn. And now you were gambling there, staying in probably one of the most beautiful rooms. They have such unbelievable rooms there. They're tower suites. I'm sure you weren't even staying there. You were probably staying by the golf course. What are those, the villas?
Yeah, the 18th hole.
Yeah, over the hole. Oh my God, 18th hole, right? I mean, I've been there. I've been back there. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I've eaten in the country club. Really nice back there.
And you lived in the villa
Yes.
for an extended time?
For about 8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
Terry, you never invited us.
I wish.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, so you lived there for 8 months in the villa. You're gambling to a point where sometimes you're having $1 million swings in a day, obviously.
Yeah.
Millions and millions. And Steve Wynn himself, because you were drinking, and your drink of choice was a Russian vodka, is that right?
Yes, Jewel Russia.
Jewel of Russia. Jewel of Russia, and I'm sure you had plenty of that there. And they, Steve Wynn himself actually said, Terry, you're drinking a lot, right? Tell us what you had oh, there we go. What is this? Okay. Oh, losing the win. Wow. Look me in the eyes, young man, a 64-year-old Steve Wynn growled. At first, I wondered if he caught me staring at his face, a smooth orange mask, like an Apple doll pulled tout. Then I remembered plastic surgery notwithstanding, Mr. Wynn was nearly blind. Okay. I met Steve Wynn twice. The first time I met him, he had a dog with him.
Yeah.
At the Mirage. The second time, he had someone when he was blind.
Yeah.
So when you married, he was blind.
He went blind early.
He went blind early.
Even when they were building the Mirage,
Yeah.
they tore the carpets up
Really?
a bunch of times.
Really?
Because he changed his mind or whatever. Just
Now, is this you talking?
This is part of my book.
Oh, this is for your book. Okay. I am looking you in the eyes, sir, I replied diplomatically. I'm 20 years older than you. I deserve that respect. Now it was my turn to take a front. I'm Japanese. I know a thing or two about respecting my elders. I do respect you, sir. But my words didn't matter. Steve Wynn was angry about what? His latest whale in residence, had done. Specifically, the showy, reckless way I was gambling all over town and the drunken, drugged mess I was becoming before his eyes. I disgusted him. I shamed him. The way an errant son would shame my father. Maybe this was rebellion I never had in my childhood.
Wow.
That's really good. I'm glad you let me read this.
Okay.
This was really good. But Steve actually was good to you, though, you think, in the end, like thinking about what Steve did.
Yeah, he kept me
He's looking out for you.
Yeah.
He was looking out for you. He actually, I can't believe, coming in today, I was thinking about Steve Wynn.
Yeah.
So his job's to beat people in the casino. Was
But he
it
didn't want to do
something?
it that way. I think he knew it wasn't a fair fight, right? Because I think you
were
your
playing.
drinking was out of control.
Drinking was out of control. Drugs out of control. You didn't do drugs in the casino, though, right?
Oh, yes.
You did.
You mean while he was playing?
Yeah.
Like not
like
at the
pulling
table,
out some
like-
coke?
At the table? No.
No, in the bathroom.
In
Oh, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, not at the table,
Come on,
nothing like
crack.
that. No, but you,
No.
listen, you
Yeah.
never know what
When
these
you're out of your
casinos.
mind.
But
Yeah.
you don't know what these casinos will allow and say they
Right.
didn't see.
That's true.
You know, and
So
yeah, go ahead, John.
would
Talk a
you
little bit.
Would you say that the drinking and the drugs? What was the bigger problem, drinking and the drugs or the gambling? Obviously the two together, but for you, like, had you never done drugs or you never drank, do you think you still lose $300 million? If you never were drinking?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
I
Okay.
probably wouldn't.
Did you drink and do drugs back home in Nebraska? Or
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay, so it didn't start out here.
No.
All right, so we won't blame the casinos for that. So he was doing it back home. Yeah, what do you...
Can I mention something?
Yeah, sure, please do.
So Terry had no problem drugging himself, okay? But then he had a personal security detail where he was allowed to pick and choose.
At Harris.
At Harris, sorry. Isn't that
Caesars.
Caesars?
It might have been the Harris Corporation back then.
Yeah.
So he was allowed to pick and choose which bodyguards he wanted. And they would continuously bring him up lower tabs by the thousands.
No, they were citing me every 2 weeks. They had to interview security guards who would chop up my coke, would roll joints, and basically just take care of me. And
By drugging you.
But-
Even more than you're already
This
drugging.
is so hard to believe.
but like in September of 2007, I had fallen in the shower, and I asked for some Excedrin for my host.
Yep.
And he gave me a box of lower tabs. He said, I think I like these better.
Wow.
That's my big downfall.
The Loratab is a painkiller.
I think it was like a Quaalude at that time.
That's like an opiate.
I heard of it. I just don't. It's an opioid.
Yeah.
That's an illegal drug, without being prescribed. Wow. So
And
this blows me away. I didn't know
the
this.
security guards, you were probably taking care of them. They're taking care of you, or whatever you're going to call it, but you were probably tipping them so well,
Yes.
they would have done anything for you, right?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. You've been known to tip millions and millions of dollars. I heard you paid people's houses off. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, I heard that. That was you. You were what you know out here in the desert as George, Triple George. You know, you were very good with the money and the tipping, and you know, casinos. I'm sure you probably know this, but I don't know if anyone ever told you this. Casinos don't really like when you're tipping big amounts of money. That's right. Casino staff, the management,
Yes.
the up as higher you go, the stronger they are against tipping. Why? They can't get the money back.
And you can't count
It's in the box. They can never get that money back for them in the house, in their company. It's in the box. The dealers love it. Toke rate goes up high. But also, Mr. Wynn came to you and said, you know, basically, you're taking care of my employees. I don't know this. I'm not putting words in your mouth here. I want you to tell me.
Yes.
Did he say you were taking care of his employees too well? Am I using the right wording?
Yes, taking about gambling.
Oh, you were taking them out gambling?
Yes.
I love it.
Through the casino.
You were taking the dealers out gambling?
Yeah.
This is my kind of guy.
I
Bill.
did not know that. I didn't know that. I didn't read that anywhere. But I just thought they were. So you're seen around town with the other dealers, and they're probably not supposed to go out with the customers. But it's so hard not to go out with a Terry Watanabe.
For sure.
You know, and he's so nice to people.
Of course you're going.
Yeah. I've never heard that you were rude to anybody, even under these drunken, drugged stakes. I never heard you were rude to people and stuff. And so, but I know you gave away millions of dollars.
Yes.
You're talking. One guy stole 11 million back home. How many tens of millions out here did you give away? I mean, it must have been ridiculous. I met someone that you paid his house off. Nice guy.
Probably 30 million.
30 million. Yeah, I met someone.
Was that also part of the fun for you? Is like knowing you're changing people's lives with
Yes.
a tip like that, or paying a mortgage off?
Yes.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? I mean, seriously, I love when I give $100 to a pregnant waitress that's working still.
Yeah.
Imagine having a $100,000 mortgage, just right in the chair, pay your mortgage. Yeah.
He told me that he used to tip $25,000 chips to people in the elevator.
25,000. You gave 25,000 to someone on the elevator?
Oh, not just one.
Not just one. Just giving them chips. Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably didn't.
Because $25K to you is nothing back then.
Back then it wasn't.
Now you were betting in upwards of $400,000 a hand sometimes. Is it?
Yes.
It's so hard to believe because, you know, we know Dana White today is betting $400,000 a hand.
Right. And
this is 18 years ago.
Right.
Like they would take that much money off you. It's so hard to believe that you must have been losing so much money that they raised your limit. It has to be a baccarat. It can't be blackjack. Baccarat. But blackjack, I seen a limit, and that's what I thought. I thought that was your biggest bet, 50,000 a hand on 3 hands. But I know they were giving you that. But baccarat, they were giving you that kind of. The swings had to be crazy. What's the most you think you ever won or lost in a session?
Probably 2 million.
2 million. Well, 2 million would be only it would be only 5 bets in But however, that came later in life. I know.
Yes.
I see because I see later. I'm saying later in your gambling career, they're not open you up and say, "Hey, you could bet 400,000." That was after they knew you were in this state. You were a loser. You were losing your money.
Plus, they were testing limits on me
Right.
as the guinea pig.
Oh wow. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Were you at the table for like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time, or
yes,
yeah, all night?
I read that you did a 24-hour session.
I did.
Wow. Wow. You're John's hero.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
absolutely.
24 hours. Wow. So that'll keep that drugs keep you up, like an Adderall or something. It'll keep
Yes.
you up, keep you going. But it was cocaine was your drug of choice.
Yes.
That kept you going. At Caesars, the top level card is 7-star. That's the top level.
You were telling me this. This is amazing.
They created a one-of-one card just for you, a chairman's card, which you you're very nice of you. You told me you were going to send me one of them. You have like 6 of them at home. I'll put it on my socials. I mean, nobody has this card. It's one-of-one, just created for you. But it didn't come with any perks that you didn't already have. I mean, you had everything you want. Like, did you ever ask for something and they turned you down?
Never.
Never. That was a very fast never, Terry. Yeah.
And
But you're pretty low maintenance. I was at dinner with you last night, breakfast with you. I could see you're pretty low maintenance, like comp requests and stuff. But you did get unbelievable comps.
That's sober, Terry. Was drunk and high, Terry. Did you get outlandish with the requests?
Not really. I
No?
think they offered it to me.
Right.
So,
Didn't you get Tiffany gift cards once?
yes, and I used to buy them at $500,000 at a time.
$500,000. I seen that. $500,000 at a time, and Tiffany gift cards. They gifted them to you from the casino, right?
No. I
Oh,
paid
you
for it
bought them?
personally.
You bought the gift
Yes.
cards and gave them away to people?
Yes.
Wow.
It's amazing.
I
It's just amazing.
You got me. It saddens me because I know the way Terry is today. So it saddens me
Yeah.
that you were so good to people, and I judge a lot of people on how they are to others. That's just the way I grew up. How about the In-N-Out burger that you made stay open? You made them reopen at like what 4 in the morning or something, 3 in the morning,
Something like that, yes.
and you made them. You offered them. How much money did you offer them to open?
50 grand?
50,000, right? So you offer In-N-Out burger. We need some burgers. 50,000 to open, but you bought burgers for like the dealers, right? Did you bring them back or
Yes.
something? Wow, you brought them back for the staff. But at least you got a burger. 50,000 out of it. Wow, it's great. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're giving 25,000 people in the elevator. You're going to offer the owner of In-N-Out 50,000 to open
Yeah.
up, and they open for you too. Now, this I found very interesting last night. Slot machines. I didn't think you really even played. Now I hear the 30 million you lost. What was your biggest win playing a slot machine?
2.68 million.
2.68 million. How much a spin is that? $1,000 total. Wow, you hit like the jackpot.
But I hit it twice in 10 days.
Twice in 10
Twice
days.
in 10 days. Hit the
same-
And
$2.6.
$1,000 a spin. I mean, you can rack that up if you're not winning.
If you're not winning.
That goes.
I'm glad John didn't say that's a good deal. Maybe I'll start see if I can get in that. Yeah,
Same machine.
same machine. That's unbelievable. The same machine at Caesars.
Yeah.
He told me he thought that they had a remote.
Well, to make him win,
Yeah.
to give him a little bonus.
Just to keep him
There.
going.
Wow,
Your main game was blackjack and baccarat,
Yes.
but you dabbled in slots, roulette also.
Yes, different carnival games.
The carnival games. You know, that's something I never talk about. Probably where I started thinking about it. We used to have these feasts. There was one in New York, in New York City, which is the big one everyone knows.
Yes.
But on Mulberry Street. But there was one in the Bronx too. And the one in the Bronx, they have the church deals blackjacks and different carnival games. Guess this, it's all for money. So that's probably my first real table game experience was at the feast.
All right.
And you had those type of you had those interactions at back home with that table of the carnival games, or you're saying the carnival games are ones in the casino?
In the casino.
Oh, okay.
Like war? Did they have war yet? Yeah, they had
Yeah,
war
they
in
had
the
war.
casino. Did you play war too, or?
No, I didn't play
No?
that one.
I would
Okay.
think you'd want that one. There's
So you
just
played
great-
some of the other ones.
great
Yeah, I
games.
misunderstood you. I thought you meant carnival games like that's where I first started to learn there. I read this came from one of the guys on Twitter that I asked to help for questions. Did you feel compelled to ever stop and say I have to stop this? And I've lost half my fortune or a third of my fortune here. I'm really hurting this is when you're sober. You think of these things on the plane flying back, whatever. Did you ever say I'm stopping?
Yeah, in 2007, when I thought I was dying from the drugs and the alcohol, I said to myself, to my sister, I said, I can't deal with this anymore.
Oh wow, your sister you told this to?
Yeah.
Wow. Did she say let's get you into Gamblers Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, something like that?
She,
Family intervention, it sounds like a little bit.
kind of, yeah. So I flew back to Omaha and then went to rehab.
Okay.
But I've been to 12 rehabs, so
12.
You've been to 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
The longest stretch was 18 months,
18 months.
and that was the last time.
Yes.
And that's what got
So
you
when
sober.
when you go to rehab, do you live there?
Yes.
Okay. And they work on many different points and the different things
Yeah,
of it.
psychological and mental health.
Right.
And was the rehab for drugs and drinking and the gambling, or just the drugs and drinking?
Drugs and drinking, and they touched the gambling. It was Betty Ford.
Betty Ford.
Ford.
Yeah.
Yep. This is what I was trying to say before. I read where you'd like others to know your story because maybe that'll help them on a
Yes.
smaller level. Because, yes, it's a little bit embarrassing telling the stories. John told you a story last night. I told you a story today. We all had our little gambling degenerate things when we were younger. But to tell it publicly, you're looking to help people on a smaller level.
Yes.
It can't happen on your level no more, that level, because they have this KYC laws now, know your customer. One of our other interviews, Matt Boyer, probably started pushing that issue because of what happened with him. That was the Otani's assistant bookmaker.
Right.
But now it's the under 10K person that we're trying to reach a little bit. That's the lifeblood of the casino too.
Yeah.
So we're trying to reach them because they just grind them to death. The guys that work every week
And they really get hurt.
and they make $2,000 a week, $1,000 a week, and they go to the casino, they chase it, they call out of work, they do this and that, they lie to their families. That's the people we want to reach here today,
Right.
because that is because of the person you are. You want to let them know your story So it can happen to anybody on any level.
Yes, sir.
Really. I mean, it could.
You know, you mentioned
John.
Matt Boyer.
Yeah.
People in the comments when we post the clips about Otani's interpreter's bookie, they would say things like, because he just went off to prison a couple days ago, this week, for what, 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is.
Yep.
And a lot of people in the comments are saying like, I don't feel sorry for you. What you were doing was illegal.
Terrible.
Blah blah blah. Now what you were doing was not illegal gambling.
No.
But there's probably going to be people when they see clips and and our caption says, this man lost $300 million gambling, and there's people that are going to say, well, you deserve it. You've screwed it up or whatever.
Yes.
How does that make you feel when that is someone's perspective?
It saddens me,
It saddens, yeah.
but there's nothing I can do. But
That's right.
Everybody has their opinion.
Yeah, everyone has their opinion, and honestly, just ignore it. I have a policy of block and move. I don't argue with too many people. I block and move. We're all going to have haters. J&J Watering Hole. This is a good one of my good followers. At what point did you realize you could never fight enough to get it back? Did you ever say, I just can't, I can't do it, I can't do it? It wasn't the time, you probably answered this question, right? I'm asking it in a different way. It probably was the time that you actually faced your sister and told her.
Yes.
Yeah, and
did she have no idea? Like, she knew you were gambled, but she didn't realize the dollar amounts.
That's the magnitude.
Wow. And so at some point you had to just come clean and tell her because all the money was gone, right?
Right.
Wow.
What's going on, buddy? Randy McKay. We got a little prop on the show I seen you have with the hat. What was that in the background I seen just now?
Yeah, I got to get out the last 2 out of 3 weeks here. Got to get out the
broom. Oh boy, you know what happens when you do that?
Here.
You can't get wow. You can't get cocky on us. No, I'm just.
We got to give a little shout
job.
out. We got to give a little shout out to a friend of ours that's been watching the show from Kingman, Arizona. I met him in the casino, Keith.
Oh, nice, Keith. What's
Came
up,
up
Keith?
to me and
Thanks for watching.
Said hi and loves the show. I met a couple of them down here.
You're going to meet a couple. People ask me when not now, but they're going to ask now because you're 3-0. When you're 0-3, here's the question: where's that fucking Randy at? All right. I cursed. Damn it! I never curse. All right, Randy, what do you got this week?
All right, first pick. Go the Ugly Bowl here. Battle of one-win teams here. Going to take the Miami Dolphins +3. Line just went up. Was 2.5 on the opener. Some sharps maybe like Cleveland, like their defense.
Miami Dolphins +3 is your first pick.
Yeah.
Okay, +3 minus $1.20. I'm looking +3 minus $1.22. So Miami, you can still get it. Couple books in faraway places. So
South Point, I believe, had 3 there for a while.
Okay, one of the local spots in town has it. You can there is, but you have to pay some juice. So we'll go +3 minus $0.25. Okay, that's how we'll grade that one. What's the next one?
Well, if you want to break down on the game, I trust.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tua and the Miami offense here a little bit more than this. You get a battle of two left-handed quarterbacks. Very, very seldom you see 2 left-handed quarterbacks starting. So I trust Tua and the Miami offense to get a little bit more offense. This should be a low-scoring game. Cleveland defense has been oppressive, but they usually get worn out in the second halves because their offense doesn't do anything like they did against, predictably, I called it last week against the Steelers. So I see this another spot where a team shouldn't be favored. Getting a full field goal here is pretty key in a low total.
Okay, cool. All right, what's the next one?
The LA Chargers up to 1.5. I had this earlier, but I'll give out 1.5.
Yeah, it's 1.5 everywhere.
Yeah, I laid the one. I laid the one opener. The Colts have been impressive, but they're coming off a big home winning streak, and now having to go on the road here is a little tougher spot. And this Charger team should get some of their starters back. They've been a little injured up. They might get 2 offensive linemen back. We saw a similar spot with the Colts going into the Rams a couple weeks ago where they lost by 7 on the same field. I could see a similar game like that one. So I favor the Chargers. A little better defense here that the Colts are facing. I like this Chargers defense to get us the win, get us a cover and a line that I think is too low.
Okay, great. Good deal. I know a syndicate against you there, but that's okay. You're the syndicate, man. You're killing them. What's the next one?
Yeah, Syndigan was against me in that total last week too, and
Right. They were way against you with the under.
Yeah, that didn't have much of a chance for them.
No.
They might need to resharpen their model, otherwise they're going to get rinsed.
That's a different syndicate. All right.
We did a Gradisimo, unfortunately, but we'll talk about that some other day. All right, last one. Seattle -3. I got it at DraftKings. Maybe not available in
-3, -16 right here at Super Bowl. Circa -3, -15. Caesars -3, -15. So we're going to grade it at -3, -15. 3 different books in town have it. What's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, the bye week came at the wrong time here, I think, for Houston, coming off the 2 wins. They only had to face like half the Ravens team there in their big win at Baltimore. They looked impressive, but, that was against second stringers. This offensive line for Houston is one of the worst in the league going into a tough Monday night environment there in Seattle. I think they'll get exposed against the Seattle defense line that's one of the strongest in the NFL. So I see a lot of problems for them on offense. On the other side, I'm impressed by Seattle and their offense with this new quarterback, Darnold, that they got from the Vikings, a big free agent signing. He's hooking up good with that receiver in Jigba. So I see that being a strong combination there to crack. Houston has a good defense, but I think Seattle will have a little bit more offense here and be able to cover this -3 spread.
All right, Randy, good job. And let's see what happens here. That same syndicate is against you, though. They gave me 6 games this morning. They're on Houston +3.5. It's very interesting that you got 2 against it. The battle of the syndicates. All right, Randy, we appreciate it. We'll see you next week, all right?
All right, thanks, Bill. Good luck, everybody out there.
Good deal. All right, guys, quick segment here for WagerWire. This is just an amazing $5 parlay. Florida, they won already, +320. Rory McIlroy, +7-1, he won. Scheffler, he won, +380. Now you need the Dodgers, which was +240 originally. $5 to win 27.41. Right away, I'll say the Dodgers are playing so good you can't cash out. Until I seen the website offers you 12.05, the site that he bet with. The WagerWire 17.26. Well, now you may want to take a little percentage back. Lock up some money for yourself. Maybe lock up 25%. I usually don't want to take a buyout, but I'll tell you what. Of the 17.26, if I could take like $425, something like that, $450, I would probably take a percentage of that. Even though I do think, because the profit here, we're talking about another $1,000, $5 to win 27.41. All these kind of offers and more. Of course, the WagerWire app, and WagerWire.com offers you much more than the sports books themselves. Thank you.
This is a little bit long question, but I like it. I'd love to know about the remorse, but then having the will to jump right back in. Like, if I have a bad stretch, I clear my accounts out, take a few days off, go back to my process and try to figure out what's wrong, then get back in slowly. He's referring to sports betting.
That's a great question.
I know how he must have felt to lose big, but I'm assuming that he just jumped back in and tried to make up for it. I'd love to know about that thought process and how you go from losing big and feeling like crap to just throwing more money at it over and over again. Stat Logic Sports, thank you. So, yeah, when you're that flight home, it's like our drive home. I used to drive home from Atlantic City back to New York, New Jersey, North Jersey. That drive home was always tough. I didn't have money for tolls sometimes.
Right.
I would fake the tolls like I'm paying tolls. We were kids. We didn't know any better. That flight home, you really must have had thinking, another 12 million, another 30 million, another 20 million. And, it's how do you go from jumping back in again? Do you think you're going to get it back? Do you say, hey, I'm going to go get it back from them?
I thought I was going to be able to get it back, yes.
You did. You did. Even though you were so deep, you thought you'd be able to get it
Yes.
get it back over and over again. Yeah.
Because you know what happens when you're playing blackjack, right? We've all done it.
Yeah.
You get the dream hand. You're betting 50 grand, 3 hands, and you get an 11 on one, a 10 on the other, and a 20 on one. You double down, and you end up with a 20, a 20, and a 20.
Yeah.
And the dealer has a 6 up, and it's
Yeah.
like, and flips over
And
a 3, and then like a 3, and it ends up being like a 5 or 6 card 21.
And then you think, oh, if I didn't lose that hand,
Right.
everything would have turned
Right.
around.
That happened to me exactly like that.
Really?
And,
Sorry.
No, the Caesars pulled up on their micro, the film.
Right.
And they actually replayed the whole hand.
Wow. Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're probably betting 50,000 a card. So.
And were you playing? You're playing double deck?
Yes.
Never out of the shoe.
No.
Oh wow! How'd you know that?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's the better mathematical game to play, but.
Well, just because when he said they replayed it, I'm figuring
Right.
it had to be they wanted to make sure
Huh. Interesting.
things were on the up and up instead of just coming out of the shoe, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But no, you lost the hand. You lost that
Right.
hand.
Yes.
Yeah. This is an interesting question. Chris Macedonia here. What was your favorite thing to do in Omaha growing up? Is that where you lived as a child?
Yes.
Did you do things as a kid where you sound like you were enamored in the business from a young child, 5 years old? Did you have
Correct.
friends? You go out and do some things? You went to school?
Went to school and went to work.
You went to school and went to work after school?
Yes.
What about fun stuff? There's one thing that comes to mind in Omaha. I was hoping that was going to be your answer.
What was it?
The zoo.
Oh,
The
okay.
Omaha Zoo,
Omaha Zoo.
is incredible.
Have
No?
you ever been there?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say no. You were working.
I used to underwrite animals for shooter events. But
What about like when you other than the gambling? I think I asked you this last night. What was the fun stuff for you to buy? Like, were you a car guy? Like, would you just go buy a Ferrari on a whim?
I would buy cars, yes. I had 16 cars at one time.
Did you have 16 cars? You had the most expensive house in either Omaha or Nebraska, I've seen.
Yeah, the largest house.
You had the most expensive house, so you had a lot of cars there. So you actually were there enough that you could have all these cars and stuff. You weren't living here full time.
Oh, yes, I was.
Really? Wow. You know, casinos don't let you stay there more than 30 days now. I mean, you can establish residency.
Right.
There's laws. You're telling me you stayed consecutively, though, right?
Yes.
They've
Without
got the
moving.
rules for something like they have to, right? I mean, it's just there's so much money
Yeah.
they figured out on the. on the
People ask me
computer, right?
here, AP White, what's the biggest deal a casino ever gave to him to show up? Upfront money, discount amount, special table rules. When you came in,
Yes.
did you get like 100,000 in promo chips?
When I went to Harris,
Yep.
they have a list of 18 different comps they had.
Oh wow.
Um,
So they have 18 different things they were doing for you, including up promo chips
yeah.
and different things like that. And how about your discount? If you lost $2 million, did you get
I think
20%?
35%.
Did you get that much? Wow.
Did you negotiate that, or
That was given to me.
it was just given to you?
Wow.
That's what I kind of felt. I feel like
But
his personality type was just.
But John, to be honest with you, I know what these casinos give you now. Maybe it's just now they give you 10%, and then they'll give you an early pay discount. They'll give you, but these are giant numbers though. Like on $1 million, you might get 20%. He's taking 35%. That's unbelievable. That's how much. Let me be blunt, Terry. That's how much they knew that you were going to lose, that they gave you that kind of a deal,
Yes.
knowing you can come back. Nobody had that deal. I never heard anyone get more than 20%. Never. Maybe they get somebody walking in, they get a 3% discount for paying early. But then again, you came in with cash.
Yes.
This wasn't credit. You came in, what'd you used to come in with, a $10 million check? What'd you come in with?
I used to have
Wired?
wired 8 to 10 million.
So
8 to 10
of
million.
course they're going to give you that.
Right.
They're getting the money now. Wow. I don't know if anyone plays like that
Do you,
now.
do you remember, like, I guess, was it the final trip Like, do you remember the moment where, like, wow, it's just all gone?
Yes.
There was a time that you said, I can't, there's no money. Yeah.
Like, literally, like, okay, I lose this hand and it's over.
Right.
You remember that day?
I remember the fact that the legal gaming amount is 10 million, or not, $10 million line of credit,
Oh, okay.
and Harris is taking me up to 17 million.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I like this guy Carl asked a question. How much of the time was he enjoying life? Was it long stretches of misery while losing, or mostly enjoying the ride while he was in it?
It's a great question.
Great question. So did you...
Both.
But it was both? Wow. Because when you had good wins, you go up to the room, I would think it's hard to go to sleep. I actually have had some sessions of video poker where it was the win, where I did so well. I was dealt a hand for a lot of money, a $650,000 to one shot I got dealt. And to try to unwind after winning so much, you have dreams, at least I did. I had actually dreams of video poker. That's crazy. I don't anymore. Did you actually have trouble sleeping, especially doing the coke? Did you have trouble actually sleeping?
And I would go up to my room and do online gaming.
Oh my God. You're
Really?
kidding me.
Yeah.
You'd be
Oh,
downstairs gambling millions of dollars, and then go up to the room and get online and play
Yes.
slots.
That's my way to chill.
Unbelievable.
It's your way to unwind.
Yeah.
Gamble a little more.
Can you imagine these illegal operators offshore? The owners,
Right.
they must have looked at these accounts and say, "Oh my God, this
How's
guy
this
wired
possible?"
us $1 million."
Right.
Today, they're set for life because of Terry.
100%.
Wow, I knew nothing about this.
Back then, they even had their own. He had his own line item for Harris.
What's that mean? Line item.
When they came to do it in their accounting books.
Yeah.
They had.
Oh,
The Watanabe line. Oh yeah,
So they
5
know
point.
What is
Yeah,
from him?
you're talking about-
That's actually a really good point,
Yeah.
Keegan, because otherwise it just gets
It gets more.
it gets
Very good.
thrown into
Gets
the
thrown in.
world,
So they
and
want to
it's-
know
it's a false sense of your revenue.
what percent. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
5.6%. Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. They need to know exactly what came from Terry because you don't know where you're at otherwise in business.
Terry, one person asked about bankroll management. I just don't know. I don't know. Like when you go in there, you send 10 million in. You can't bet 50,000 on France. You can't start out like that. You could be broke in 10 minutes.
Right.
So did you actually have to wire more money during the trip?
Yes.
Many times, probably. Wow. So would you start out betting that kind of money? Would you actually start out them going downstairs and betting 50,000, or would you start at 5 or 10 and
I
build
said
it?
5 or 10.
You did. Okay, because that's what almost everyone does.
Right.
You know, it's all fun and games, and out here in the desert, sunshine, rainbows, lollipops, all fun stuff, drinks, little blow, and you're betting 5 or 10. You're having some fun. You're laughing with the dealers. Next thing you know, you're losing and you're chasing.
Yeah.
And it's a different Terry Watanabe, like it was a different Bill Krackomberger and Jon Orlando in our lives. So, of course, you're on your level though, not ours. And then you were betting 50s on 3 hands, and you were betting these crazy amounts on baccarat. And did you ever get mad down there at the table? Were you like slamming? I never read anything on it. Were you, or you were just
No, never
taking it in
had.
stride?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, because John's broken TVs, everything. Yeah.
I've definitely slammed my hand down on many blackjack tables in disgust. You're playing just heads up against the dealer, although you're playing 3 spots, but would you ever have your friends playing at the table with you or no?
At times.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? So you had a little bit of an entourage there?
Yes.
I guarantee none of them are talking to you today. Probably. They probably when you go broke, they're all gone. Probably.
There.
I mean, I just know it. It's natural. It's natural.
A couple of them.
Yeah. You do have some friends. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Terry, would you always play by the book, or like would there be times
you hit on 17.
you're hit? Yeah. Have you ever taken a hit on 17 because you're tired of seeing the dealer flip over the 20 and just take a shot at it?
At times I probably did.
Really? Okay.
And did you ever double like on 12 or 13?
Never.
Never.
Good.
Wow. Okay.
Not that it matters now in the end.
Yeah.
But, that's we don't want people thinking that because people do that. I know, people get out of control. They just they just say they can't win playing basic strategy.
Did you ever split tens?
Never.
Never.
So you knew basic strategy, but
And you had said last night at dinner you didn't count either. You never kept a count. You just played.
well, that's why you're going to lose 1% to 2% because even basic strategy, if you have a strategy card, you're still going to lose. But interesting.
Wasn't there one time where you had them set up like $1 million buffet and you lost some money and then you just kind of tossed it up and left?
It was during a slot waiting,
Oh, okay.
My bad.
and they. Do you remember Bradley Ogden?
Bradley Ogden,
Yeah.
the chef.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
So he would come out. Pardon?
Well, because there was Bradley Ogden was a big chef in town.
Really?
Back then.
Okay.
So
You knew him?
his son,
A son. Okay.
and so when I won the 2.68 million, I threw a buffet out for all the
Oh,
slot people.
but it couldn't cost $1 million.
No.
Okay, but you did spend tons of money. You loved when you had these things. You enjoyed that so much for other people. It sounds
I
like.
would share it.
Oh, you share it. That's so nice.
That's the thing that drives me nuts with this
Saddens
whole
me.
story is he lost this money, but you changed so many lives along the way.
You did.
Yes.
And then there's another bucket of even changing lives along the way and even being so great with the tips. How many people still took advantage of him on that same trip?
Definitely.
So, like when you say, like, oh, what did you pay for the buffet? You probably don't even know. Like, I doubt you ever looked at. I know, like, you were obviously you were room, food, and beverage comp, right? But for the extra stuff that maybe he would order sometimes, who knows what they ever tacked on?
Exactly.
There's no way you looked at the bill.
There's no way.
No way.
Right?
No way.
Until at the end,
You just signed.
They took the food, beverage, and comps away from me.
In the end, they took the food and beverage comps away
Yes.
from you.
Why?
They considered my points that I racked up
Right.
as to be
The-
paid off.
Oh, so that's
I know what they did.
Points and comps.
The points and
right?
comps, yeah.
And so he's gambling at such a crazy
That he
level.
had crazy
that
level
the
of points.
You could still have
Yeah.
them today.
Right.
Right.
So they
these
started
points have been
taking.
passed on to generations.
Correct. So they took your points and used it towards the stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even all like the private jet flights, right?
This is not my flight.
Okay.
They didn't pay for this.
Did you go to a lot of? So did you use a lot of the perks? Like, did you go to the Super Bowl? Did you go to Kentucky Derby? Did you do all that kind of stuff?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
Really?
They're all perks that were
Terry,
allotted
if
to
I
you.
was friends with you, we'd have been traveling. But
Yeah. They're all perks. I did read you got some concerts. I read the Rolling Stones and
Yes.
stuff.
Right, but you didn't like have them send a jet. You know, like if
Yeah.
you're a big player, you know, they'll take you to Super Bowl, and if the Super Bowl's, you know, in
They might have been
Miami or
offered to
something,
it. You just weren't interested in it.
that wasn't your
Maybe.
thing.
No, I used to use my own jet.
So
Use
you,
your own jet.
Yeah.
Right.
So you had your own
You have
jet.
that much money, you have your own jet.
yeah, and I feel so bad for you now though, because I seen you had a GoFundMe. You had prostate surgery, and you had a GoFundMe. That's how little of money you had, or no money.
Right.
Where you actually needed. Are you in remission now?
Yes.
So because you look great. We went out to eat. I had you walking 10,000 steps last night. We walked everywhere, breakfast and dinner. What do you do for income currently? How do you live?
Social Security.
Social Security. So you're actually getting like Social Security and even like an EBT, that kind of thing, to help you. The government's helping you.
No, not there.
Oh, they're not.
No.
Okay, but Social Security is enough to even live on. That's
The family, you have a brother and a sister.
Yes.
Do they have money?
Yes, they do.
they have to be very wealthy.
And your relationship with them is really strained.
Correct.
And they won't even help you to the point where throwing a couple $100,000 so you can live happily the rest of your life.
I never asked them for it.
You never asked them for it.
Why?
Pride.
Pride. Yep.
Really?
Okay. But you're okay though. You're okay. You're physically okay.
I'm looking at the book to be able to bring some proceeds back to me.
Okay. So, and this is part of the book.
Yes.
Yeah. And John and I think that you're a movie.
100%.
We think you're a movie.
This has to be a movie.
We think that there's so many more. We don't have time to film everything. There's so much more we could talk about.
Yes.
Yeah. And
Are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How happy are you today with life?
About a 5.
A 5.
Five's low. Five's low, but
it's
it's understandable.
yeah.
It's understandable.
Well, we talked about it last night. Like, because you could argue it would be better to never have had your hands on 300 million to know what it's like to not have 300 million, right? Like, it's almost tougher to have it
Right.
and lose it all than
Right.
never have it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you were with the money and you were gambling all the time, on a 1 to 10, you were probably a 30 for fun, right? Wow.
Someone asked here, and asked me if you gamble at all today on anything, a scratch-off lottery ticket or anything at all.
No.
Nothing. Okay. So what do you do in the spare time? What do you do to eat up that time that you used to gamble with? Do you just watch some TV, read some internet, or
Yes.
yeah? Okay, so you
do you have fun? Do you think about like the fun times, the fun memories?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm reading from a person that asks a lot of questions a lot of times. Reports state that you were playing a very suboptimal strategy at the tables, which was guaranteed to lose quickly. So, but you're saying you didn't really do that. You played. You just told me, this is for the guy named Todd. Todd, he said he played and didn't split tens. He didn't hit. This is stories out there saying that you're, doubling on that or hitting the 17.
Right.
But you really didn't do that. For the most part, you played a basic strategy.
Right.
Did you want that special rank of above 7 stars? Did you request that?
No, I didn't request it. It was given to me.
Given to you. Wow. Very cool.
Because they were probably figuring, like, what can we do special for him, right? Like, how
Right.
do you keep him engaged? How do you keep him... Let me ask you this. What was the longest stretch when you had all the money that you went without coming to town? Like, were you here you were here for 8 months, right? Over the 2.5 years.
Yes.
And then you'd go... So after those 8 months, you went back to Omaha?
I do reckon
Or...
occasionally.
Okay.
Occasionally.
But that's when Wynn asked me to leave, and I ended up being at the Rio and the Harris.
Oh, wow. So you went from Wynn to Rio?
Yes.
Okay. And how was Rio? Rio was a big spot back then.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
Rio opened up?
Rio opened. It was
Rio
big.
opened. It was a hot spot. They were taking big bets in there from you at the Rio?
Yes.
Now, was the Rio owned by Caesars back then? No, right?
I believe it was.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was, because I know they bought it eventually. So you were playing at a Caesars property anyway.
Yes.
And then you got wooed over to Caesars Palace.
Yes.
And that was, go ahead, Joe.
Did you ever go to Atlantic City and play, or no?
No.
Just Vegas?
You're not missing anything.
Yeah.
You didn't miss nothing.
And was Macau a thing back then, or no?
Did you ever gamble internationally or anything?
I didn't go to Macau.
You didn't go to Macau. How about your local casino, which there was a local casino?
Harvey's in Council Bluffs?
Yes.
Would they even take your action?
Is that where you went?
Harvey's and Harris.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. And then that was just like they weren't taking the action they were taking here, though, right?
No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Like, what would your max bet be at Harvey's in Council Bluffs?
At the time, probably
10K?
10 to 20,000.
And so you just pop in there, like, after lunch kind of deal? Like, that was just like little recreation, play around a little bit? Mickey Mouse, though, for you. Wow. Tyson, you're a gambler. You got any questions?
No, I'm
Just fascinated.
I'm actually getting a little emotional.
Sure.
Because
Yeah.
Because you see what kind of guy he is, right, Tyson?
it's just him talking about
He's just a good-
not asking his family because of pride.
Not asking his family because of pride.
Like, I can understand. I mean, any gambler can understand
Sure.
things like this. Like it. Yeah, it's a sad situation, but it can turn into a good thing with a book, a movie.
Yeah.
I think there's something there
Like,
for sure.
Terry, do you-
and it
Me
can help
too.
people too because
Yeah.
because it really is. and the casinos, they absolutely take advantage of people.
You know,
100%.
you would think when someone has that much money, 300 million,
Yeah.
that you can't lose the
No.
war.
There's-
Like I actually,
Sure.
had I not known this story, I would have said, because I've actually said this about Dana White, because I'll see people commenting, you know, no one can, Dana White, you know, no one could spend that much, and I always say, like, please, he's got unlimited, like, there's no way.
He's a billionaire.
There's no
He's a
way that
billionaire.
could ever go
It's worth
south.
$1 billion.
And I would have said the same thing about Terry, like,
All right.
$300 million. There's no, how could you lose?
John, he's going back to the room and losing $30 million
Right.
to offshore guys. That's what he's lost there.
Right.
So
but what it is the casinos will keep raising your limits, and that's where you're.
that's what I said. There's no way they're giving you 400. They raised that
Right.
after they seen he's not going to win.
It's
Right.
almost like, I don't want to say setting him up,
Yeah.
but kind of.
My friend Steve said, has he seen a therapist, and what was he diagnosed with? Any kind of trauma or anything? You to be so reckless?
Bipolar?
Yeah,
Bipolar.
bipolar.
Really?
Yeah, Steve. I'm glad Steve asked that. Because I would think, listen, we all need to talk to somebody.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, though, I think that definitely you probably have been to multiple therapists in your
Yes.
life, and I think it's probably a good thing. You still go?
Yes.
Do you? Good for you. Good for you.
You know, I said earlier, you could argue it'd be better that you never had the 300 million
Right.
ever, right? The flip side, I said this to you at dinner last night. The flip side is, you're still alive. And you've got the memories you have and the fun. You at least look. We're all here for however long. Some longer than others, right?
Right.
Some people die of cancer in their 20s, their 30s, whatever. Some get in a car accident. At the end of the day, you want to just create memories in life and have fun along the way, separate from your daily work grind, right?
It's the experience.
The experiences.
Yeah.
You operated at the highest level. I mean, if there's there's a gambling Hall of Fame, right? I mean, like, you should. He's in it in my book.
Terry, I know the people that run the Gambling Hall of Fame. And even though you have lost all this money, a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame are guys that were, people in the business, but there's a couple people that shouldn't be in this thing. So I think you deserve to be in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, look, when you watch the movie Casino, or when you watch the movie 21,
Yes.
with Kevin Spacey,
Yes.
like, that's what we all want to live, right?
Right.
We all want to live just absolutely crushing it in the casino one time in your life.
That's what John
Why
wants.
you got to point?
No, I'm just saying, like, John, I'm not trying to make fun of him. That's what, I guess that's
It's
the way
like
you want
earlier,
to.
before we start rolling, you're telling a story. You're looking at Tyson, and you're looking at Terry,
Yeah.
and you're not even looking at me. And then at the end of your story, you say the word degenerate. He was at the end. This guy was a degenerate, and you looked right at me.
That was just a
Right at me,
natural
look.
reaction. It
Natural
wasn't,
reaction.
Yeah, it wasn't. It just is. John has a history. But anyway, Terry, I think this was a great interview, and it was our honor to be the
Thank
first
you.
person, the first people to interview you
Yes.
and let you tell your story a little bit.
I know it's got to be hard to talk about, right? Because like we're asking you to relive.
We're asking you some tough questions too.
Yes.
But however, this is going to be for the betterment of society, and hopefully kids listen to this, and even young gamblers, and they can learn by it a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you on again.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll come to you.
Okay.
So great. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.